Joe Finnegan on the voice of the Midlands West and border counties, Shannonside, Northern Sound.
All right, then, what have we got? We've got major job losses in Waterford. We have a presidential election campaign that is continuing to throw up some interesting surprises week in, week out. We have Labour Party and Fine Gael think-ins. We have, of course, 9/11 coming around, the 10th anniversary coming around this Sunday. And lo and behold, shock horror. Overnight, ladies and gentlemen, Jedward thrown out of the celebrity Big Brother house. I don't know if we'll get round to that on our panel discussion this morning, but you never know, do you? I'm delighted to say we're joined in studio today by well-known author, Fianna Fáil Grassrooter, and regularly now contributing to programmes on both RTE and TV3. He's a Longford man and proud of it. His name is Johnny Fallon. Also, we have well-known reporter with the Athlone advertiser Finian Coughlan in studio, and we have model agent and TV presenter and author Rebecca De Havalland also with us this morning. Good morning to all three of you, and thank you indeed for coming in. If Dana contacted you today, I'm not saying that she will.
She might do.
And you never know.
We're busy at the moment.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And if she said to you, Rebecca, I'm under enormous pressure to put my name forward for the presidency, what would you say to her, Rebecca?
I love her and she's a lovely person, but I honestly don't know that she'd be great as president myself. Do you know what I mean?
Should she run, though?
I don't see why not. Do you know what I mean? I think, well, like, there's some turkeys running at the minute, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I could probably actually do a very good job of presidency myself.
Why not? Why not?
We're
told there will be one or two surprises yet before nominations close.
Well, if there's a few turkeys in the running already, what's wrong with sticking another wizened bird onto the, you know, Dana for president, really, she has a particular there's a place for her, and it's
careful now. This is her heartland.
You're
in
enough.
Dana territory here now, Finian.
Granted, but I don't.
You're not in favour.
I don't know. I'm not.
Johhny,
I think I don't actually see Dana running. I don't see her.
There is a constituency out there for her.
Very much. You need only look at what happened.
They have Medjugorje on speed dial.
Yeah, but no, hold on. That's a little bit unfair, I think, to that constituency, because Dana got a very strong vote in Connacht Ulster.
There's a Bible Belt in every country.
There is, and she got a very good vote. Now, and I'll be straight up about it. I'm not a Dana fan. I wouldn't vote for Dana, and I certainly wouldn't share her views. But at the same time, I do think Dana stood for a little bit more than just the religion thing in herself to the voters who voted for her. I think she stood for something that was a view of a west of Ireland non-establishment, a certain view that, you know, people in rural areas in particular that just don't get a hearing and are kind of scoffed at a little bit for their beliefs. And I think it was a little bit of giving the fingers to people for saying that about them. And I think if Dana ran again, she would still get that, because, you know, look, everybody has their view and that has to be respected. Now, she wouldn't be my candidate, but there is definitely a constituency.
Michael D is a perfectly fine candidate for the west of Ireland.
Yeah.
And I think will make a superb president.
Are you pitching for a Michael D presidency, Finian? Being the objective journalist that you are.
From what's on the list at the moment,
I still think David Norris was the best, to be honest with you.
I was just going
to... we all have...
he's got... Mary Davis is grand.
Skeletons in our closet, for God's
Here's
sake.
a little birdie. Remember where you heard it first. Friday week. Is it Friday week? Not tonight. I don't know if it's... No, I think it's next Friday. He's due back on the Late Late. And the word is...
He's going to make it.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this to you, Joe.
At the end of the day as well, like, we're talking about...
The interesting thing about David Norris is, for my mind, the pitch has totally changed now as regards the nomination process.
Yeah.
Because to my mind, realistically, Fianna Fáil have no choice now, having they've said they don't have a candidate themselves, having said they will facilitate but not support Gay Byrne for the democratic good is the reason. The only thing Micheál Martin can do now is turn around to his party and say, well, look, I'll give you a free vote.
Right.
So if any of you want to vote for David Norris, it's a personal choice. David Norris only needs a handful of Fianna Fáil TDs, and if Fianna Fáil give that free vote, David Norris, his nomination is actually a lot easier now than it was when he pulled out.
But if he does re-enter the race, can he win it Finian Coughlan, because his advisors will say, David, unless we can win this, there's no point going back into it.
I don't know if he was mortally wounded, but he was seriously wounded. He's been out of the loop. He's been, dare I say, licking his wounds. But I thought it was an elegant step-down speech, and I thought he drew a required line through it. He made, now the point made here about getting the free vote for Fianna Fáil, I don't know if...
Is that a free vote or a kiss of death?
Now, again, there's both of it, but if it backfired, it'd ruin Micheál Martin, and I don't think he's going to gamble that.
But I don't think...
His constituency, the Norris constituency, which is growing at an enormous rate, once again, will probably say, well, at least they facilitated us.
Yeah, because I think the interesting thing here is I'm not talking about Fianna Fáil going out and saying, oh, well, we're suddenly back in the race here. This is Fianna Fáil and Micheál Martin probably saying himself, no, I won't support David Norris, I won't agree to his presidency. It's just him saying, well, no, Fianna Fáil don't have a candidate, we don't have a policy or a whip on our vote in this election. If somebody personally on a friendship wants to back David Norris, they're entitled, and Fianna Fáil would not campaign for him, they would not support him, they would not in any way have anything to do with him out there. It's purely a nomination process. There's absolutely no harm. The harm would actually be if they installed a whip to block him.
Right.
Then it would backfire on Fianna Fáil.
I don't know if you have an interest in politics, Rebecca. Obviously, you, like most people, you have a passing interest. A lot of speculation now this weekend that Sinn Féin will announce their candidate. And the word is that we're broadcasting to Northern Sound today, Cavan and Monaghan, that region. The word is now Caoimhín Ó Caoláin is a strong candidate. Now, you're big into image and you're big into, you know, how things look on posters or what have you. So, Michelle Gildernew versus Caoimhín Ó Caoláin.
Yeah.
Who are you going for? Image now. This is based on image, you know.
Neither, really, to be honest. I know you're really landing me with questions here.
Maybe Mary Lou McDonald?
No, but I don't think, you see, I think an awful lot of these things as well, like in my business, because I'm a model agent, it's all about image and fashion and all that. But I think there's probably a little bit too much put on image. Like, are we not looking for people
this is all about celebrity. I mean, the presidential campaign is more, and it's becoming more and more like America, isn't it, John?
It is, absolutely. I mean, this is
There's
about...
a big round today about posters and slogans.
Is it about, should we not get a person? Doesn't matter if they look like Felix the Cat wants to do the job.
Yeah,
no, it is. But then I think that's indicative of where we are as a nation, because I do think still, despite everything that's happened, there is no real politician that we see on the opposition benches, certainly, that inspires us. And while we're happy enough to trudge along with the government, we're not particularly inspired. And deep down as a people, we're hoping, we're dreaming that someone is going to waltz in, that we're all going to go as one group and say, well, it doesn't matter if you're left or right, if you're rich or poor, there's a person that we believe in.
Is Caoimhín Ó Caoláin that person?
No.
Finian?
No, he's not.
Why not?
He's a handy parliamentarian, but he has a grasp of views that I believe doesn't have a place in the Aras that people would give to him.
How about Jerry Adams?
No.
Is he that star candidate?
I don't think so. I would be surprised. I think when Sinn Féin...
I don't think so, no.
I would have thought Sinn Féin would have run Mary Lou McDonald, actually, I have to say, because I thought
Mary Lou
would give her...
No, I still think I would make the best president out of the whole lot of them, to be honest with you.
I mean, that's the second time you've said that on the programme this morning. It's never too late.
I mean, they have that big Aras, like, there's only going to be one little family in there. They could rent that out to TV movie stars want to come and stay for a week and make money out of it.
And then, but if you win the presidency, where
do they need that wage either a year? You know what I mean?
Where would you live?
I'd still live in my little house in Grassrooter.
Stay with us back after these.
The JF Show on Shannonside Northern Sound.